Sonya Deville came face to face with a strange man on her back porch, and she screamed at him, "What are you doing? What the hell do you want?" Deville yelled as she stared at him from just 4 feet away. So this guy, Zach, I don't know if you heard any of this story. So you haven't watched wrestling like in 15 years. So you got to see Sonya Deville for the first time, right? You saw her beat up Mandy Rose, cut some hair. She's a bad girl. I mean, come on. She's one of the best. So
Bad lesbian. Bad girl lesbian.
she is a lesbian, MDK, but we don't talk about sexual preference, all right? Don't worry.
Okay.
Tomorrow night we're going to make sure that what's Kevin's new hashtag? Bang a Man 2021. We're going to make that happen for Kevin Cool. So, Zach, what'd you think? You saw a little Sonya Deville. You didn't get to see much. First impression, what'd you think?
Dude, I was pleasantly surprised with the wrestling I watched this weekend. So I told you, my 8-year-old daughter, who will not watch any sport with me, she will not watch football, basketball, soccer, anything. She was so pumped when we watched SmackDown. She was all about Retribution. She was like, does this happen every time? Because the first 5 minutes, the match got interrupted and the whole thing was chaos. And then like 10 minutes into it, she's like, is this on tomorrow too?
Because the whole network, man.
Dude.
No, and it's funny.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nathan Weller. How apropos. Oh, my goodness. Apropos. Dream Street this Thursday. I can't wait. And, yeah, this was a good SmackDown because, it wasn't the traditional guy comes out and cuts a promo. Last week, like Drew McIntyre on Raw tried to come out and cut that promo. Like Randy Orton beat up Ric Flair. And then, luckily, Retribution came out and beat the fuck out of everybody. Or they were tearing shit up. It was fun. And let's see. Broken Freaking Neck. Registration to appear on the WWE Thunderdome has officially started today. You can sign up. So we could be at SummerSlam, everybody. The Thunderdome is like, who's eating? Who's this? Is this MDK or Zach? Zach, is that you making some?
That's me. I'm walking my dog right now.
Walking a dog?
Yeah, walking my dog.
I liked on Dawson's Creek when walking the dog was an idiom for masturbation. But
okay.
It was. I'm just saying. You're the one who said it. He said that Dawson Leary used to masturbate to Katie Couric or whatever her name was. But
really, James Vanderbeek said that.
Yeah, but on the show, it wasn't like a real thing.
Okay. I've been watching Friends and stuff, so I'm all hooked on Friends.
Friends. All right, 40 Vleet coin or bits from Nathan Weller. Sonya is going to have the same haircut as me after SummerSlam. That is a very, very real possibility because she is. I hate to be this guy. She is a lesbian. Her character would make sense with no hair as well, because when she wears like the suit, she likes to wear the tie and she looks. She could pull it off. She's gorgeous, by the way. I just keep throwing that out there. So I think it is interesting that there's also another hetero man out there, who's, even though she's a lesbian, he's like, I don't give a fuck. No, that's real. I'm going to get her. And this guy couldn't be any creepier looking. Like, he's really one of the most, like, if you put his picture up and you said, hey, this guy's going to cut a slit in Sonya Deville's screen door and sit on her back patio for 4 hours to study her movements, I mean, this is the guy. I mean, this is the guy to do that. Like, it was shocking when I saw his photo. I was like, ah! Like,
so this is a real story.
Dude, this isn't wrestling. This is real life. Tampa Bay Times.
Dude, I mean, the lines get blurred so easily.
Well, yeah, and even in the Tampa Bay Times where they keep saying, Deville did this or Sonya did this. Like, her name is Daria Baronato. Like, she had a real name before wrestling happened to her. So she, because she was on Tough Enough. She was one of the people on the 2015 Tough Enough reboot. Her and Mandy Rose. I think Mandy Rose was part of that clique as well. And yeah, so now, and obviously both are big stars. They're both having a big match at SummerSlam. I can't wait to see it. It's, as I've been saying for weeks, this has been one of the rivalries that I've been really vested in and really enjoyed. 40 bits was Otis who tried to kidnap her. Hopefully it wasn't Otis. I think Otis has his hands full. I think him and Tucky are gonna have a tag match against Miz and Morrison at SummerSlam or whatever. But either or, so this was a real story so this guy, apparently he drove down a few hours. I forget the exact place. Look at this guy, though. He's like this is the face of a sad man. You know, we can even read some of the juicy details. So this guy, he's been stalking Sonya Deville for a while. He's been sending cryptic tweets. And when Sonya found him on the back patio, he was holding a knife and pepper spray. And the plan was to kidnap Sonya Deville. He wanted to kidnap a professional wrestler. She had a home security system. So she was kind of ready for something like this. Thank goodness. Go to simplysafe.com/Vlides for 15% off your first order. Yeah, I mean, I was shocked. And Thomas began to walk toward Philip Thomas is the guy's name. When he began to walk towards her, Baronato ran to a friend's room. So apparently the friend is Mandy Rose, which is pretty funny. A court motion the prosecutors filed later up with Thomas without bail, and that her friend Mandy Rose was there. There's a man in the house. We have to go, Sonya Deville said. Grabbed her keys, went to the garage, and they sped away. She called 911. The Hillsborough deputies arrived 5 minutes later. Thomas was still in the home. He was still there. He thought they were hiding somewhere. He was doing his absolute most creepy, let's stalk the place a little bit, see what we can do. And then, Vlides, did you see Joseph Park on SmackDown? Absolutely I did. Oh my gosh, it was awesome. Abyss was there. He had the PISS with him. It was amazing. The Phenomenal Intercontinental Statistics System. I really enjoyed that bit. I was laughing. I was watching it while driving. Never do that, kids. MDK, I'm going to mute you. You got a lot of sound happening right now. So just unmute when you're ready to get back in. But either or, it's the last message from the account Baronato wrote arrived at 12:16 a.m. Look outside, baby, by your pool. I'm here. I'm going to kill that little bitch you have inside with you. So this guy is completely a serial killer. This guy is a monster. He drove down he knew where Sonya Deville lived. He found where she lived, went to her house, and intended to kill Mandy Rose and rape Sonya Deville and kidnap her. Now, all jokes aside, like the joke of what would have happened to the SummerSlam main event, but holy shit, thank goodness she's okay. This is bizarre. We have people that are paying $400 on Cameo to get Alexa Bliss to respond to their date proposal. Like, hey, I'd like to go on a date with you. Here's $400. And she's like, I already have a boyfriend. I'm dating somebody. And we found out it's The Fiend, right? It's going to be The Fiend, at least. That's what we're all suspecting. But, oh, my goodness. Zach, Sonya Deville is okay. Daria Baronato is okay. Mandy Rose is okay. Everyone, kayfabe and real life, everyone's doing just fine. There's no need to worry. But this story was shocking. And absolutely, like, as a wrestling fan, we know that these people exist. I know they're out there. As a wrestling fan, we all have wrestling crushes. Remember Eve Torres when she was around? Oh my goodness. Sable, Tori Wilson, like the list is endless. Quigley Johnson, 100 bits. Yeah, Sonya did not let in the Fiend. She did not let in the Fiend. There was she had no interest in letting the Fiend in. And oh my gosh, and yeah, Ren Darko in the chat. Remember Trish Stratus? We were all obsessed with Trish Stratus. But I am glad Sonya Deville is okay. I can't wait for this match at SummerSlam. Nathan Weller, shout out to Zach for being a great co-host. Zach, you're crushing it, my friend. But what do you think? Sonya Deville survives kidnapping. She's not on Raw, obviously, SmackDown superstar. Her versus Mandy Rose is going to be an awesome match. For someone who is getting back, does Sonya stand out to your daughter? Like, hey, there's good female wrestlers too now. Like, because when we were kids, I mean, it was a bra and panties match or a gravy match, and it was awesome.
Yeah, man, that was actually one of the things. She was like, and I mean, she's 8, but she's freaking smart. She was like, yeah, boys always think girls can't do things, but, and there was a Royal Rumble match with them last night, over the top.
Yeah, and they're going over the top now. Like back in our day, it was like just out of the ring. Like they were like sliding. Yeah. They were sliding the models under the bottom rope. Like, all right, let's get them the fuck out of here. But yeah, and that stood out to my wife as well when we went to WrestleMania. The big match that she saw was Sasha, Charlotte, and Becky in the triple threat, and she left that match going like, "Who is the girl with the purple hair?" I think it was pink at the time, but she was like, "Who is the colorful hair girl?" And I was like, "That's Sasha Banks." She was like, "She's a wrestler?" I was like, yeah, because she's like pretty. She comes out and she has, she did a frog splash, and it was a really good match for all three of them. So my wife even left that going like, when we went to the merch stand afterwards, she was like, do they have Sasha Banks merch? And they didn't at that fucking truck we went to. But I mean, I was like, oh, we got to get her some Sasha Banks stuff.